Welcome to this e-learning module covering Ecdis software version 4.8.3 and above. Satisfactory completion achieves Ecdis type-specific familiarization training as required by STCW. The module will take approximately 1 to 2 hours to complete and can be done in stages. Here at Telco, we have been making electronic chart systems since before Ecdis existed, and we continue to do so. Working closely with seafarers over the years, we have developed the system into a fully type-approved Ecdis. By always listening to and consulting with seafarers, we have ensured that our devices are user-friendly, powerful tools that assist seafarers at sea. Upon successful completion of the distance course, a course diploma will be issued to you. However, if you are on a vessel while you do this training, we strongly encourage you to reference the Ecdis to see how it is set up and to check and test what you have learned. After completing this section, you will be able to recognize the Ecdis hardware and connected sensors, state how to switch on a Ecdis, identify the screen layout and the information available, identify the menu and toolbar and the information available from them, state how to locate the chart. The Ecdis complies with the latest IMO performance standard. It can be standalone with a separate processor and display unit, or in a more compact version with the processor fitted into a display unit, which is especially useful for a vessel with limited space on the bridge. When using Ecdis, always remember that there is a very comprehensive manual that can be referenced. We have also added a hover over text box feature that gives information on a tool button or parameter value. Press the button to start the Ecdis. A typical system has the display screen with input information from the IMO required sensors. Namely, these are the GPS, gyro compass and log. There will be a mouse fitted and possibly a keyboard. There is also a USB extension port in which the Ecdis service key can be placed and an external DVD drive if desired. With the service key inserted, there is always a visual indication on the bottom right-hand side of the chart screen. The Ecdis can be operated like this, but it is good practice to set up the device and remove the key, keeping it in a safe place for future use. With a fitted keyboard, we configure many of the keys with combination commands for the most important functions. Hover over each of the special function buttons to see how we have configured them. Consult the user manual on board to see how other keys could be useful to you. Ecdis has icon-based tools that are located on the toolbar and user-controlled settings placed in menu tabs. When the cursor is moved to the chart screen edge, it changes to the directional arrow. Left-clicking the mouse now moves the chart in this direction. The chart can also be moved in any direction using the arrow keys on a fitted keyboard. There is also a zoom in and a zoom out button. The text box shows that the primary function of the icon is to zoom in or out using a left click. But there is also a secondary function of zooming but keeping the same chart. With the cursor on the chart display, the left button of the mouse zooms in on the chart and the right button zooms out. The center of the zoom chart is located in the cursor position. Ecdis uses drop-down menus that appear when an arrow is clicked. A pop-up window can be moved around the chart screen by clicking on the bar and moving the mouse. To locate the vessel symbol on the chart screen, left-click on this button. The Ecdis screen is divided into 3 areas. Hover over each one to see what they are called. The left button on the toolbar will switch off the Ecdis software and computer. However, if the service key is inserted, Ecdis software closes down, leaving the computer running. There are 3 settings for screen brightness, as well as the usual display orientations. This button sets a standard display. Hover over the other buttons to see their function. The date and time is shown at the top. Below it, we see the GPS position, course and speed over the ground, as well as the heading and speed through the water. There is a trip counter that the operator can reset. Cursor information is displayed as bearing and distance from own ship. When the pause button is pressed, the chart centers on this position. Pressing the letter alongside BRG changes the bearing from true to relative. Next, there are expandable windows that show information from various connected sensors, such as the echo sounder. The drift calculation is based on the difference between the ground and water tracks. The mini chart view shows the anti-grounding system. A left click on the sensors and courser data will change the font size. When the icon is pressed on the toolbar, a menu with various tabs appears. Later, you will see voyage information displayed with an active route and, finally, the number of alarms, warnings or cautions that are active. The information panel can be hidden, leaving the cursor information. To return it onto the screen, move the cursor to the screen edge and remove the tick. Let's take a moment to look back on the key points covered in this section. A connected keyboard has the keys allocated for various functions. Check out the Ecdis manual to see which one is useful for you. The Ecdis has a toolbar located at the top or left-hand side of the chart screen and an information panel on the right-hand side. As a minimum, the information panel displays the IMO required sensor information, but there can also be information from other connected sensors. The menu button opens various tabs on the information panel.